Okay, we should be live once more. I believe so, yep. Let's just get the second screen up and running as well. Where are we? No, yeah, we are. Okay, good. Excellent connection. Okay. Marvellous. Very convenient indeed. No, we don't want that. That's okay. Well, that'll just take some time to get into place. I think we can. I think all should be well. I'll just leave that doing its own thing. There's no need to worry right now. Just got to wait until everything begins anyway. Hello, Isaac. And killer bees. Yeah, the face cam's going to stay at least for today. It might be a regular thing. At least for the time being, it's fine to remain. It's all hooked up anyway because I need to use Zoom regularly, so may as well keep it. Right, this is... Why is this taking... Okay, there we go. Screen 2 I think is good. Okay. Regardless, that will be fine for now, so we can actually get into the game. And all the options are still there, so we'll get onto the campaign map at the very least. We won't begin just yet because I did start the stream just a little bit early. But that should be fine anyway. Umbar, or the Ar-Adunaim, has had a more organised start certainly than the Lothlorien campaign. Part of the Lothlorien campaign's charm, I suppose, was how backs to the wall it was in the middle section, but this time around hopefully we can do things a little bit more by the book. It will certainly be by the book because of DOL AMROTH's declaration of war. I was planning on this being the war with Harad. But based on this completely changes probably what we're going to be doing throughout the first half, at the very least, of the campaign as a whole. Because now we will be... Not only does this mean that we'll be going after DOL AMROTH, but we'll also be going after Gondor following on from that. Which may very well mean Mordor is actually even stronger than normal, because we'll be giving them effectively a helping hand. And Osgiliath is, of course, still doing its thing. Hello, Finkar. So I believe we were at the start of a turn, were we not? So we have an Amrothian navy here. Alcarondas. Interesting. So it is probably worth actually, before we do anything at all, getting Admiral Sacklethor over here back down to home port. Because we will need to increase our boat production, because if we're going after DOL AMROTH, they will almost certainly have things they want to do in that regard, so we'll build a ship. Hello there. We also need to continue to build units, so Azra Zaire Marines and Warriors will certainly be important, because we do now need a large enough force to actually contest the lands with DOL AMROTH. Speaking of which, though, one thing that I do immediately want to do, really, it's a real shame that this Harad general is just parked right in the way, because it means we can't actually get out. And it's not as if he's sieging it or anything, because we're not at war with Harad, so it is a little bit awkward. But hopefully what we can do is get a force over here, or our force over here in Amon Ithil, over here, so we can start going after, I think this was Barad something, wasn't it? But also what I want to do actually, moving forwards, is as soon as we've, edge of the map with a bit of lag there. As soon as we've dealt with the Amrothian fleet over here, build up a nice navy and actually build up a second army to navally invade Dol Amroth up and around here, because then we could maybe take Athalond and start moving down from this way, as well as moving from this direction. And we are playing as the Ar-Adunaim, so we definitely want a bit of naval action going on in the campaign at some stage, and this is pretty much the only time we're going to be doing that, really, because as soon as we start to turn on Mordor, clearly the naval aspects are not really going to be as important. Mordor, not well renowned for having finely crafted boats after all. I think those landing crafts they used in Osgiliath are pretty much the best they can do, right? But regardless, we do have a decent little store of units, which... yeah, let's go for another one of these. Yeah, we need another. We need to build up a decent standing fleet. We're not going to build one there, though, because this is our port here, and the AMROTH Navy will immediately jump on them as soon as they are... as soon as they're built. Okay, yeah, that's still working just fine. So what we're going to do, I don't know how happy Amon Ithel is going to be if I leave with our Gimel card right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send out Gimil Thon, because he is very good against the Amrothians apparently, because he has those bonuses. And we will keep all of the really basic stuff with Gimel card, so he can keep Amon Ithel happy at least for the time being. So only the simple Corsairs will stay with the Great King for the time being. And it's still happy. Good. Don't know if this is going to be enough to take the city. We might need a little bit more, and considering we're actually being blockaded effectively by Harad. Hello, Logini. Nice to see you. It is a bit of an awkward situation, to say the least, but I mean, we can get some units across here. There's another crossing there, actually. I think we need... yeah, we'll go for a couple more units of infantry across here that can join up with Gimilthon. Actually, how many can we get away with? Because we want as many as we can. These are all free upkeep now, actually, so that'll be fine. Just basic Azra Zaire. They've already moved. The fleets have already moved. We're already building stuff. I think we're already building buildings everywhere we can. Useful stuff. Actually, no, we're not in Gobel Merlond, or Gobel Merlond. Hello, Lerod. Right, what should we build here? I think a Dark Shrine. Have we built a Mason's Hall here? I think we already have got one of those. We don't even have, actually, Militia Armory. It might be worth the Conscription Camp, actually, because we're constantly going to be garrisoning this place, I think. And to be honest, like, Southron Pikemen are going to be useful, but especially the Southron Lancers, because we can't really run people down at the moment. So yeah, we're going to do a Conscription Camp. Gives us everything we want. More units to build and an economic boost. So we're going to do that. The Ar-Adunaim, yeah, it's effectively Umbar, but the flavour behind it is that the Numenorian colonies from the south have sort of come up from the south effectively and are sort of trying to reclaim their birthright. It's really cool, actually. Like, the preamble at the start of the thing, it's like, this is probably the most narrative freedom that the Divide and Conquer team had with a single faction, I would say. And they've definitely run with it. Angmar is another example of that as well, I suppose. And Gundabad, actually, now that I come to think of it. A lot of the evil factions, actually, have had sort of... they've got a little bit more freedom with a lot of them, I think. I think the only good faction that is in the game that you have maybe a little bit more leeway with is Dorwinion, because they're so sparsely mentioned. Regardless, I think that's all we can do this turn. Be interesting to see what Dol Amroth actually do, because Dol Amroth are already under pressure from Khan, so I'm not sure they're actually going to be able to come down here to do anything to me. We'll see. Yeah, I'm going to start massing up another army in Umbar itself, even if it's just mainly regular Corsairs with a core of slightly stronger stuff. And then hopefully the fleet can go all the way up to Athalond and navally invade it. It is a risky play because the Amrothian navy will of course be able to produce more quickly than me up there. I think it's worth actually getting an alliance with not Khand, but well, maybe Khand, but definitely Harad at this point. Nazgul return to Dol Guldur. So I guess Kamul, or one of the other two that start in Dol Guldur, was slain by Lorien. And Karandros is under attack again. Osgiliath is under attack again. That's actually a good point. Am I at war with Gondor as well? I'm not. So Dol Amroth were the aggressors, so Gondor refused actually to enter the war with them. So I'm actually very pleased about that. Right, you come down here and try and make friends with the Haradrim. Okay, go there and join up with them. That's a decent sized army at this point. I like it. This is another force. This is going to be, most of this I think is going to be the force which goes with the fleet, which I'm going to put here for now. Can we build any more units in here? We can go for some Rosadan bowmen, I suppose. They'll take a while to... Yeah, they will take a while to make, to be honest. So it's probably not worth it. Well, actually, yeah, it is, isn't it? Of course it is. It is Logini, but that's because difficulty in Medieval 2 doesn't really make much difference. Like, the only difference it makes is morale of enemy troops. So, like, that is a very limited thing. So it's not really that much of a difference, honestly. Yes. People over-egg the difference that it makes in Medieval 2. It's not like modern Total Wars where the AI gets all kinds of buffs if you play on Legendary. But yeah, it's barely even worth it. Like, the Medieval 2 in general is not really that difficult once you get rolling. Like, the difficulty is basically how you play it. And I was intending on making this maybe artificially more difficult by not going north first. Because the easiest way to play the Ar-Adunaim is the way that we're now having to play it, where we go up and take out Dol Amroth first and foremost. Because honestly, a lot of this territory in here that Harad hold is not the most useful for the Ar-Adunaim, because all of their like best stuff requires a coastal province to build. So that would have made it more difficult. It also would have drawn the ire of Mordor. It would also have meant late game we would have to face a fairly powerful Gondor, which honestly is probably scarier than a late game Mordor, because Gondor's elite stuff is actually pretty decent and Mordor's elite stuff is fairly few and far between. Hey Guru, how goes it? Yeah, we can build another one of them. I think that's all we can do this turn, isn't it? Do we have anything down here? Not all that much. What is this? I don't know what this guy's problem is. I don't know whether this general is just bugged now. He was going to try and take this town and now he's got tunnel vision on it and he can't move. But whatever it is, he is... I think we can actually leave. Can we? If we can, I'm gonna... Nope, we can't. We are actually stuck. He is parked right in front of the gate. We can't even go this way for some reason. It's really bizarre. That's good to hear. Right, I think that's all we can do, so... I don't know how much movement we're going to have to go up that way. Only one more turn until Larmory, then we might be able to leave, to be honest. Amon Ithel, I just want to be a province that makes us a bit of cash. The only really well-developed cities we need are the ones on the coast, which means we can effectively take the most important territories we want just from dealing with Dol Amroth. Once Troy's MP is added, we need to do some battles. Yeah, I suppose we do. Hopefully its multiplayer is a little bit more finely tuned than Three Kingdoms was. I think Three Kingdoms has the edge over it in terms of the single player experience at launch, but you should be able to move one tile this turn. Right, anyway, Orthanc under siege. Could Rohan actually be victorious? That would be, honestly, I would find that fairly insulting. Right, how do you feel about an alliance? It's a balanced proposal. How about I give you some map information as well? Do I want an alliance? They're poor. Yeah, do you want an alliance? Okay. That's not really the end of the world. That could be where the challenge of the campaign comes from. If they decide that they're going to attack me at the same time, things could get a little bit hairy. Alright, let's... Oh my. No defences to speak of. You go down this way. You join up with him. And you go this way. So can we build yet another ship? Nope. We could build another one here though, which I think we are going to do. It's fairly expensive, but this is going to be like a fairly supreme fleet for this portion of the game. And it will also... Yeah, we'll go in... Actually, we'll wait here. We'll wait on the coast for them to be picked up. And I think that's all we can do. Construction reports... Ar-Adunaim and Untitled. Right. So I'm curious, if we leave... Yeah, they're not too happy. Okay. We don't really need him forward at the moment anyway. But we do want more economy buildings. So in that vein, let's go for... Communal farming is probably the way to go, isn't it? Because this way this town will grow quickly. But this will also allow us to get some spies. Let's go for farming. Farming is always the way. Hello, Matt and Tancred. But yes, I think so. So now we've actually sort of run our money supply at the start of the game dry a little bit. So now we're not just going to be able to get whatever we want. We'll have to actually pick and choose a little bit more. But I'm fine with that. We've spent it wisely, I think. We've got a good economy base in our home provinces, as it were. This is really, like, I think we'd be making more money, actually, if not for the Ar-Adunaim army that's in our territory. That's got to be a bug, right? Because that army would be put to much better use elsewhere, but they're just sort of stood in front of the gates. Baradhan. I really want all of these coastal provinces. Do you plan on doing the Linden invasion? The Wood Elves flourish. Interesting. New family member. Him. End of turn report. Right, what have we built? We've got a ballista maker now, so yeah, that's a good point. So we can build now, I believe. We want more economy buildings, really. So we'll go for a market here, and that is the sum total of what we can actually spend money on this turn. Yeah, that's a good point. We forgot to pick them up. That's unfortunate, but that should be okay. They can actually move almost as quickly anyway. We'll go there. We're not in any huge rush. Alright, and... Oh, this is another one of those towns that doesn't actually have any walls, so we shall siege. And what else should we do? There's nothing else we can really accomplish at this point. We will actually... I think what we want to do actually is pick up this general here. We want Gimilzor to go as part of this large force. As for invading the High Elves, I might do that. It really kind of depends on what the situation is at the time when it would be viable, because Gondor and Mordor are my main priorities. You should be able... You should probably just cheat to move that Harad general. Also, I believe, yeah, sailable rivers do count as coastal provinces. So actually, the Harad capital does count as a region that would be useful to me. But I don't think, like, stuff like this doesn't count, I don't think. And most of this land is honestly not as useful to me. Especially not early on, because early on the only units... Well, the Azra Zair are obviously very useful to get some numbers out. The one thing that you can build anywhere is your Ar-Adunaim units, so they don't have any sort of restriction, which means that in like inland territories, stuff like later on the Nadu Tariq and the Nadu Bawib would be really good to train, but it is more useful to take the coast. But yeah. Right, anyway, I think that's what we can do for now, so... I don't know why DOL AMROTH declared war on me, because they're already getting pressurised by the Ar-Adunaim. So it is a little bit bizarre that they've decided to do that. Not that I'm complaining. It gives me a natural path to expansion. Actually, the naval invasion should be on that island, shouldn't it? Because there is a city on that island which you need to use your navy to get. So I should probably go for that first. Osgiliath is already under attack. Osgiliath actually should probably be one of the places that the Ar-Adunaim would be most interested in acquiring. Right, we cannot merge just yet. What's this? Only one. Oh wait, that's a Gondorian ship. Combine with them. Wait a second. Where did my black ship go? There it is. Right. Yeah, that was a bit of a... Oh, I see. So that's the full extent of the fleet as it stands. We can use this one as a bit of a scout, I suppose. But can we engage? No, okay. That's fine. Now then. Hold on a second. Let's... They have got 2 generals, some Amrothian guardsmen, some Lebanon marines, Amrothian pikemen, and some Nimrodel mariners. It's not the worst garrison force in the world, but it's far from the best. Yeah, it's worth, I think, assaulting it now, because waiting just invites potentially more units to arrive. Let's fight it. Let's fight it. Just to start the stream off. Oh, hang on a minute. There's one thing I neglected to do. Apologies for that. Now then. Arrow Towers, my most hated nemesis. Right then. We want you to be back a little further. Arrow, or archer-wise, we should be absolutely fine, because I think the only ranged unit they have is a unit of javelins. Javelin boys. Not that our archers are anything overly special. Shouldn't have dropped my mixtape. Right, yeah, that... okay. Well, we'll go like this for now. We have enough anti-cavalry, certainly. We only need 1 unit to go forward. Like, you should not be going forward first, because you're going to get shredded by arrow fire. If anything, I don't really want to use you lot at all. Nor do I want to use you. Rosadan halberds, anything unshielded that isn't the raiders, who I couldn't care less about. They can do as they please as far as I'm concerned. You can go back here. Baruthiel's Watch can maybe move forward. The crossbow boys, we actually probably do want to move in, because they will be useful for showering down some good damage. They can go into loose. We only need the 1 ram. So, anyway. Do you know Izzy? Yes, well, I don't know him personally, but I know who you're talking about. Right then. Right, what can we fire at right from the off? They are immediately going to leave the vicinity, which I'm all too happy about. Then we can shoot in. It's going to be another one of those fairly costly encounters, but to be brutally honest, when it comes to Azra Zaire... Oh, hello, they're actually... they want to come out? Royal Swan Guard. You can go forward as well, I suppose, then. And so can you. Weird choice, but we don't even care so much about our own men's well-being on this occasion. Right, where are the pikes? There they are. Lebanon Marines as well. Interesting to see, actually, the DOL AMROTH units. I do like the DOL AMROThian horse model. I like the sort of dual white tree and silver swan heraldry on them. Right, okay. So they're coming back out again because, I guess because they're not being targeted by ranged fire anymore. It's a strange thing to do, but yeah, go after the Mariners. You can go after them. You can keep shooting at them as well. And you can move forwards. Why are there so many Swan Guard? I thought their unit size was about 10. I mean, this it could be a named general. It could be one of the like specific generals that you get at the start. Like, for example, my king, who has got like a Narun Aru Royal Guard unit. It could be a situation like that. So he's not generic. Oof. Poor Azra Zaire raiders. Probably going to take more losses fighting. Like with most siege battles, we're probably going to take more losses fighting this without a ballista anyway. As soon as we get siege weaponry, this will cease to be such an issue. But god damn, they are getting absolutely massacred. You need to get out of there. Nimrodel Mariners, they're not taking much damage either. Might be because they're in loose as well. Ooh, no. That's not what we'd like to see. Okay, let's get Baruthiel's Watch forward. Do we have anything else anti-cavalry? We do. We've got some halberds. Right, yeah, let's just target everything onto them. Raiders. God damn, they... Why is only portions of this unit firing? Only Imrahil gets 30. Royal Swan Guard. Well, they're getting peppered now, so... where are the Axemen? Let's move them forward, because they're going to be ones that charge into the city en masse. Yeah, the crossbows are starting to have more of an impact now, I think. Arothian guardsmen. So yeah, they're still doing their thing. Get into position there. Baruthiel's Watch. There's nothing really we can target that's worth our time. It's nice having the oh, damn it. Nice having the disposable units, I will say. They are beefy boys though, them, aren't they? Fire at the Mariners. They still have like guardsmen and stuff, which is maybe a little concerning. Right. You shoot at them. Can you not fire at them? Or do you just not have the right angle? Oh no, you do. Okay. No matter. I stand corrected. Right then. Things are pretty tanky, but with bolts coming in, that should be enough to kill them off. Cannot wait to see the Roman legions of Umbar. Well, yes, obviously the Ar-Adunaim will be the backbone of our force as the game goes on. To be fair, like the Rosadan are going to be fairly reliable for quite a while as well. The Azra Zaire are just to make sure that I have large armies toward the start. Yeah, crossbows do have a problem arcing their shots, don't they? Right. I guess just get into them. Why not? Just charge into them. You... Interesting to see what the AMROThian conscripts look like as well. Been wondering what your PFP is for the past 2 to 3 years now. PFP? Charge in there. And charge in there. Did all of the... Oh, there he is. Okay, good. Pulled down by the halberdiers. Oh, profile picture, right. That is something I have talked about before. It's a character from the Mass Effect series, because this was my name for a forum relating to that. And for some reason, it's just stuck as my sort of online handle. It wouldn't be my choice if I could do it again, but it's what people know me as now, so what am I going to do, right? Shoots at them. Yeah, we have definitely taken more losses than we would have done if we just auto-resolved it, but where's the fun in that? Not the reinforced gate. Where are we? There we are. AMROTHian guardsmen. Just regular boys who are going to probably have trouble against those axemen. Actually, yeah, you get back. I don't need you in harm's way anymore. Don't care about the bowmen as such. What are you doing? Okay, good. And push in. Do we have... Yeah, they're nearly out of ammo, aren't they? Oh, this is a lovely situation. Push that crap out the way. The AMROTHian units look so much more professional than yours. Well, yeah, because I've got a bunch of, like, pirates. We need to move this crap out of the way before we move further in. Right, can we actually... Okay, we'll get them in as well, why not? You're on Silmarillion Total War. I assume you're not talking to me, because obviously I am. Moving siege equipment, I swear, is the thing that Medieval 2 does worse, I think, than anything else. Yeah, I guess it's just stuck there forever now. Are you actually going to mount this ram, or are you just going to march around it? As if I really needed your answer on that question. Right, there we go. Won't be too much of a problem moving forward anyway. They do still have some Royal Swan Guard. Right, are you on the ram yet? No, you're not. There's still units in the way. Ugh. That's one thing that modern Total Wars do better, at least. They are far, far more responsive. Okay, finally. Right, move it. And then we can actually get forward some crossbows. They can move in, as can our general over here. And the halberdiers. They're going to be very important. We're not actually taking damage from the arrow towers anymore, I don't think, which is gratifying. Nimrodel mariners getting killed. Yeah, I need to upgrade my computer as well, to be honest. It's perfectly fine for doing Medieval 2 related things, and to be fair, like, it's just really looking forward, like, trying to future-proof a little bit, because very, very soon it's going to become pretty outdated, and new stuff will become quite difficult for it. Azrazair crossbows. Where's Baruthiel's watch? Where's our general, speaking of which? Is this him? Is this the man himself? It must be, because he's the only one with a different model. Right then. With the arrow towers no longer a problem, what we absolutely want to do is get halberdiers into position in the street and get our general. Actually, our general needs to go after the mounts, doesn't he? Because he has a bonus against the AMROThian cavalry. Don't even have a PC. It could be an expensive thing to get into right from the off. Right. Yeah, there's no need to rush this. If we were still getting bombarded by the arrows from the tower, then I would be just rushing forward, but we have an opportunity here to actually do this a little bit more professional-like. You can move in here as well, actually. Lovely. How much damage is this actually going to do? And now they're going to move forwards. That'll coax them into action. It's a real shame that most of this halberdier unit is still meandering its way into position, but oh well. I guess we're just going to mob them. Future-proofing. Picked up a gaming laptop in the summer. Fire point blank with the crossbows. I doubt... I mean, if they can actually hit them... I think there is actually a slight incline, so we'll probably be able to hit them, but the crossbows don't arc their shots all that well. So we move forward. How much have we lost? Not a lot, actually. 19% is not that much, and most of them were on Azra Zaire that were caught under the arrow towers and cavalry. Well, for Mac, it's not really... Gaming isn't really much of a concern, is it? That's why. Yeah, sure, why not? The real question is, are we actually going to be doing damage to them, or are we just going to be getting friendly fire? I think the AMROThian Guardsmen are one of the units that we can conscript, right? And they get the changed colours to reflect their newfound existence under our banner, which is pretty cool. Right, you need to stop wasting space on the front line, to be brutally honest. You get out of there. Victory is a distinct possibility. It shouldn't be, because we should be getting some decent damage done there. Is there actually something we can do, perhaps, to go around? We could go around, but... yeah, I guess it is worth it. Okay. We'll go with you and you. They're shaken. Did you see the presidential debate? No, mercifully I did not. I get the feeling these crossbows will be very useful on the defence when we can set up a real killing field, because while they're very slow at firing, they can definitely... The melee fights in general in DAC are pretty slow because of the armour rates, so while it will take them longer, they should still be able to do a decent amount of damage for a unit that costs as little as they do. But I think we are ultimately doing a... well, no, we're fine. We'll run them forwards. See if we can make something happen there. Ain't even started working yet. My first shift. Good luck with your first shift, my man. I'd assume that's retail. Retail is, you know, it definitely has its downsides, but it is convenient. You can definitely make it work alongside other stuff, which is the main drive behind it. I do like the Rosadan units, I gotta say. There we go. Right, let's see what we can make happen here. I think if we can get It is fairly risky, but if we can get halberdiers into a nice place. Actually, you just keep moving forwards like so. Okay. Why don't you peace out with Gondor after Dol Amroth, then attack Harad? Well, Gondor I'm not at war with. Hello, Windy. Yeah, Gondor I am not at war with. So, I mean, I could technically do that, but that's questionable, because as soon as Dol Amroth are gone, Gondor will crumble in the face of Mordor, and Mordor will then take over all the stuff that I want. So, I mean, it's all about making the choice, I guess. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Right, you need to stop now. It's time to stop. Oh, Jesus. That could be the end of this general if I'm not careful. They always do it when I'm not looking. That's going to be really painful. Right, get out of there. Don't just stop. Slip through. Thank God the general didn't perish. That was what I was talking about when I said it was risky. Right, and now fire at them point blank. Actually, where did the general go? Is he still in there? I guess not. Or is he? No, there he is, thank God. Oh boy, he is bloody as well. So he did get shot. Yeah, just pour him, would you? Enough messing around now. And of course some of them like going the opposite direction. Again, one of those bizarre Medieval 2 quirks. Thank you, Kenobi. That's very kind of you.
Our men no longer command the city. Our men have taken control of the city.
Yeah, kill them. We don't need them there anymore. Okay, they are wavering.
We've lost control of the city.
How exactly does one lose control of the city in this situation? Is what I want to know. They are mowing their way through those warriors. What I was going to try and do is set up the crossbows so that they can shoot into the cavalry as it moves to try and save the thing, but the AI seems to have an uncanny knack of moving when you're not paying attention. Not that it's going to save them, of course. But yeah, from now on, like, until we get siege weaponry on the front line, auto-resolving is really the way. It's just because it was the first battle of the stream that I wanted to actually fight it. This will be the end of them, however. We have at least preserved the lives of some of our units. Mercifully enough. Kenobi should have just killed Anakin. Spicy memes. Here's their general, surrounded by angry Axeman. And there he goes. That was their other general, wasn't it? Yes. Amusingly enough, the pikemen have actually lasted slightly longer. And there we go. 349 losses isn't the worst, especially seeing as some of those will replenish. Because they were in the general's unit. That's where having the well, I'm not sure, like putting our king up against that, he may be heavy spearmen, but personal experience tells me you don't want to put them in front of really, really strong lance cavalry, which you would expect Dol Amroth to have a good helping of. Okay, good. Occupy that. It is angry to say the least. We can't afford to build anything either. But yeah, we'll get some reinforcements over there, I think, as soon as possible. In fact, we're going to start moving reinforcements right now. Get some regular Azrazair raiders. And then we'll start doing our... What is this? Just, it's a decent navy. Okay. Well, anyway. We can't move this. Yes, that's correct. So let's save. And pass the turn. Yeah, I know there is like weirdness with the conscription camps, but really I'm only gonna build them in a few places anyway, because I only need them in a few places. Like really, one per culture group is enough, and we've already got one for the Haradrim now in Merlond. But it will be worth our time to get those light cavalry units in particular. Right, Caer Andros is under attack again. The ring is... there's rioting there. The ring is in... Hobbiton. How about that? Law-friendly stuff going on. Right, we need to repair some of these buildings that we have damaged. Well, actually, that was just damaged in the riots, wasn't it? Okay. Right, let's get some more men in there as fast as possible. Right, that's... he's recovering. Now then. Can we not... why can we not... do we have to have a general in there before it can... hold on a second. Okay. There we go. Now we have an army. Gobel Merlond is not thrilled about that. Right, that army is decent. So we're going to go this way. We're going to keep him... oh, we can merge our fleets now. Perfect. That's a nice force. And I think that's all we can do, really, unless we can build an armory in here. Which we can't, because we can't afford it. Okay, let's go for a low tax rate. No, not very high, Jesus. Okay, they're a little bit happier with that. And Amon Ithel, yeah, that's pretty much all we can do for the moment. Can we build Ballistae yet? No, it's going to be a while actually before we can build them. And we are making money, but I think we do need to be a little bit careful with overspending at this point, so let's just take it easy for now and pass the turn. So we're going to try and take that island first, and then maybe we can look at pressuring Dol Amroth from multiple locations. That cavalry is nasty, but I think as long as we can like set up nicely, siege battles won't be such an issue. The one thing I am slightly concerned about though is if Dol Amroth gets weak enough, Khand will actually take this land. Although they should have other things to worry about now the Blue Wizards are munching away at their heartlands. End of turn report, new family member, construction report. Lots of nice stuff. Repaired bits and pieces. Right, we've built something here. Can we... it would be not such a terrible idea to actually build this. So we can have some spies. King's Men. Dunedain and Men of the East. Yeah, we do need to start spreading culture. rather rapidly. We need more economy though as well. Right, first things first, you go in there. Aha. No, I don't think we can move. There we can. Okay, that's something we can do. We'll take that fort immediately. What's this? We should be able to beat these, although that is 2 navies. Yeah, he's got 2 heavy ships as well. We've already landed our army though, so there's nothing too much to worry about. But with that in mind, let's go back down here. We'll send our navy forward again later. Alright, more... Oh, hello, Justy. Prequel talk is ongoing, I see. They're free upkeep. Yeah, for now, I don't think we can actually afford to build anything else, and that... Toll for Lass is interesting. AMROTHian stronghold. Right, anyway. We'll save it there. We'll take Toll for Lass, and then I think it's actually a case of we need to chill for a little bit. Global Merlond is not... yeah. There's nothing too much to worry about though. If we can get that sweet money from these new towns... For anyone who was wondering, actually, though, I was thinking about, like, it's not going to happen, like, obviously, in the very immediate future, but the next campaign I was actually thinking of Erebor, because it's in a part of the map we haven't seen, and it's playing as the dwarves. Mai Govanen. We want diplomatic relations with Mordor, do we? Actually, not maybe the worst idea. So let's go this way. Kanda here. Right, now then. Toll for Lass, is it? Let's go for... yeah, the full... oh no, actually that's 2 turns as well. Okay. We'll just maintain that siege for the time being then. Marvellous. Ar-Adunaim town. We can actually build something here now as well. Not a conscription camp. The public order is already taking a hit. We will actually build a dark sanctuary now, because the more I look at this, the more we're going to need... oh, hang on a minute, what are we doing? Apparently we're training some Southron Lancers. Actually, I would have done that anyway, so you know what? I'll allow it. Right, do we need anything other than the general in this town, would be my question. We don't. Okay, good. Board them. So we want more units to the front if we can, although Gobel Merlond is not that happy at this point in time. Is there anything we can do here? Another Dark Sanctuary probably wouldn't go amiss. Yeah, let's go with that. We need to keep our Gimilcad there as well, otherwise it will start to get unhappy. Do we have anything down in Umbar? We don't. We should probably start building something else down here as well. Let's go for public fountains so that we don't get plague. And that's all we're going to be able to do for now. In this campaign, would you be betraying... Erebor campaign, would you... no, I wouldn't be betraying Dale and Mirkwood. If I was going to do Evil Dwarves, I would just do the one that has a heavier story-focused content with Ered Luin. Why would you use auto-recruitment? By accident. I'll let it be for the time being because it's actually giving me what I want, but I'll turn it off in a second. Yeah, if people wanted me to be evil dwarves, I would be more inclined to go with Ered Luin. You don't even truly align yourselves with Sauron's other servants as Ered Luin either. You're just kind of an asshole to everyone around you. War declared between... like so. Ered Luin have taken the evil path in this campaign, but they're still deciding, you know what, Angmar, we're not about it. I'm afraid it's over for you. Right, yes, auto recruitment. We need to turn that off because that is not what we want. How do you turn it off again? Yes, we don't want that, and we don't want that. Cultural build policy is fine though. As for everywhere else, Khaldoon is just fine as it is. They would be very handy though, so I'm actually going to embark the Southron Lancers. And we will begin heading up this way, because it will give us a means to actually chase things down. Right, hold on a minute. What is actually in here? Absolutely nothing. We've got Barragund, who is a unique general, I believe. And Gondor Militia, that's not going to be enough. We will roll them over. Is Tolfalas a unique battle map? It is a unique settlement. Well, in that case, I might fight it then, just so that we can see it. Oof, that's barely worth it though. I'm going to take more losses if I fight it. I know I will, because there's probably arrow towers. Let's fight it. There's no need to be too precious about this. It's not as if we're backs to the wall like we were with Lorien. In my time studying the Middle-earth map, I have found the places where the two lamps of Arda once stood. Ah, here we go. Oh, this is a little. This is actually very different to the Tolfalas that we all know. I like it actually. I quite like this take on Tolfalas. Sort of like a, again, one of those situations where the town has seen better days. And you've got this back here. It's almost like an eclectic mix of Osgiliath and Caer Andros, really, isn't it? I like it. Anyway, we don't need to concern ourselves too much with things at this point. They don't have any ranged units, I don't believe, unless their general in this army is a ranged unit, but I mean that won't help him. So they're there. Okay, let's get our archers into one big group as well, because in all likelihood we are probably going to be shooting him to death. Actually, this is a unit we haven't seen as of yet, so let's give it a quick once over. The Azrazair Marines, which I think are the most useful Azrazair unit, because the javelins are actually pretty deadly, which is nice. This map should be imported to Reforge as well. I agree, actually. I mean, I will say that the problem that you would have with it from a Reforge or like a multiplayer perspective in general is this, which is like ultimately it's a map that is a singular choke point. I think if you were to implement rules, however, that suggested that you needed to hold this area first and then you could fall back to the rear defences, I think you could make that work. But aesthetically, I do like it. Ar-Adunaim Armsmen. I have to say, this is probably my favourite looking unit of all of the Ar-Adunaim units so far. I appreciate the golden touches on the Naru and Aru, but I still prefer the Naru and Aru, I think, from the other versions of the game. Actually, is this? Surely that's an actual gate, and no, I guess not. How about that? Anyway, let's move forwards. Archers. Oh, we didn't actually put them in a group. Silly me. Is there any cavalry we want? Let's get the Rosadan bowmen forward, if it lets me. There we go. And we don't really need javies, I don't think. Crossbows will suffice. And a unit of spears just to prevent any sort of cavalry from coming our way. I don't know about the Karas Scaladon map, to be honest with you. I think there's room for improvement with that one. It's not beefy enough for me to be Carascaladon. It's too small and it's too one-dimensional. Right, meanwhile, over here we have got some Gondor militia, and this is the General's bodyguard, which is, I guess, heavy spears of some description. The equivalent of maybe Tirithea spearmen, maybe that's what they are, but no ranged units at all, so it's going to be pretty tough for them, I fear, because we're going to be able to utilise some good stuff. This will be an opportunity for our javelins to actually get some stuff done. See you, Logini. Good to have you around once more. But yeah, custom settlements like this I think are really, really good. And I'm glad that like more of them are getting added in version 5. I know that Tharbad is such a one. Apparently Carascaladon is actually being updated as well, and possibly Dol Guldur as well, which is cool. Right then, let's get crossbows. You get you into position as well. Why not? It's all about being frugal, this. I guess actually we don't need that, so while you're here you may as well come across too. This would be a really nice settlement to defend as well from a campaign perspective, because you could just bank up on this bridge and go to town. House of Finarfin. Finrod Felagund. They should update Dol Guldur from Reforged as well, the one which is on the hill. Yeah, Dol Guldur is one of those maps that's kind of been largely forgotten about in many ways, actually. But such is the way of things, I guess. Right, you guys group up and get into position. Yeah, this is going to be not good for the Gondor militia as long as these units can get into position quickly enough. Which, yeah, they'll be able to. Light work. Let's not have you on fire at will, because there's really no need for it. Yeah, you run into position, actually. Yeah, here we go. Rosadan Halberdiers should be good at this. Gondor Militia, though, is unironically a really good early tier unit in Divide and Conquer, I've noted. Like, as Gondor, like, early on, like, you kind of need it because you're under immediate pressure, but still. Right, let's get you onto the front line. Yeah, we're doing some good damage there. Azrazair Raiders. Oh, it's gonna be brutal, this. Seaward Spearmen or Seaward Spearmen. Let's just get some damage done. Azrazair Raiders. Do you think Feanor cared for his wife and sons? It's kind of hard to tell. I mean, Feanor is a special case. Maybe a little bit too wound up in oaths and the like. Right, let's go after the Seaward Spears, actually. After that particular volley, and we'll surround the Gondor militia with some Azrazair Raiders. Yeah, this is exactly what we want to be seeing. Yeah, fire into them. Marvellous. And get into the rear. Yeah, that's real nice. Heard setting phalanx on isn't enough. Guard mode is just... The reason why you want guard mode is it makes the unit hold its shape more. Like, if you don't have them on guard mode, the formation can buckle, which is kind of annoying. It's not entirely necessary. It just means that if you want to hold your shape, guard mode makes it a little bit easier. At least that's what I've noted from my experience. Charge downhill, I suppose. Going to lose a few of those Javies doing that, but we're also going to... oh, actually, they're just trying to charge right on through, I guess. I don't know. I don't think you can call the Silmarils just duels, but I don't know. I mean, he paid for it, didn't he? He basically ruined everything for everyone forever in a way, and now he's sitting in a corner in the halls of Mandos, burning for all eternity. So you can't say that he didn't do his fair share of suffering as well. They didn't attack that, so he just slaughtered them, really, which is pretty bizarre. But okay, let's charge uphill. They're taking a bit of damage now. Yeah, let's push through them. But one thing I can say is, based on the Silmarillion interpretation of his house, he had some good style. It takes a special kind of person to just go for the full red colour scheme. During a sandstormy night, I was in a city in the Sea of South of Rune. I was in a pub. I drank heavily that night. Right, yeah, get our Marines out of there, and that was very comfortable. Very comfortable indeed. 4% of our army lost. And one of their main generals also is going to perish here, which is what you want to see. Yeah, here we go. One thing that we definitely need is more of these Ar-Adunaim armsmen when we can. They're one of the units I was talking about where you have to recruit them from a coastal province, and they're such a strong line infantry unit. If we can bulk them up, there's really not much they can do, or any faction around us can do anyway, to match us. I guess Gondor if we allowed them to establish themselves, but yeah, it started to rain again. That's how you know that autumn is well and truly here. He is...
Our men are in command of the castle.
What are we doing? Why is there arrows coming this way? Arrows is not what we want. Right, let's just deal with this guy, shall we? Look at him scurry around. Getting shanked by pirates. This is surely the end for him. I wonder where our general is. I wonder if he's decked out in like a golden armour set as well. Hard to pick him out in amongst all this rabble, but... In which kingdom would you live from Middle-earth if you were given a choice? Lindon. Definitely. And it's really heavy rain actually now. How about that? And give credit to this general, he's taking a bit of a beating. Hello Tom. Not much has happened. We've taken one of the cities along the coast as we make war on Dol Amroth, and we're about to take Tol Falas as well, as soon as this guy has perished. Slice his head off. Unfortunately, he's like pushing further into sort of the more basic units, but that can't be helped. Yeah, generals are tanky boys in this, aren't they? Oh, there is our general actually. There he is with the sword on his back. That's pretty cool. He's got like a sort of gold-hilted sword. I like it. There he goes. Yeah, nice. Tolfalash should be a nice place to be as well, because it's going to be difficult for them to retake it as long as we keep it nicely garrisoned. Doesn't matter how much dominance they have on the water, and we shouldn't really allow them to have dominance there. But the naval war may actually be over before it really begins, because we may not actually have to trade ships with them. But yeah, I think Linden is the place to be, because I'd like to be on the coast, which makes a big difference. Obviously, it kind of limits where you're going to be. Dol Amroth wouldn't be a bad place, but Dol Amroth is also plagued by pretty much constant war. Right, let's... we don't actually have to repair anything here, which is quite nice, and we can immediately build ourselves a Dark Sanctuary. That, I think, is all we can do this turn. We don't really want our king festering away over in this corner of our empire for all that long, but it's fine for the time being. And that'll be that. Rivendell. Yeah, Rivendell would be fine as well. I mean, Karas Galadon as well would be a very nice place to be, but like I said, I just like the feeling of being near to the coast, I would say. Which means that really the Grey Havens are the optimal place from my perspective, I think. There's not really much going on in Enid Wythe. I mean, you could live there, but there's not really anything. So, I mean, guess it's an excuse to make your own legacy. Right, what are Harad going to do? Harad have got like armies camped outside multiple settlements of mine. Gondor is still holding on to Caer Andros at least. The Ar-Adunaim reign supreme. The black ships are upon us, cry the people of Gondor. Many soldiers of Gondor are being kept from the front line. Seaports are beleaguered, and people fear the black ships, as well they should. For Ar-Adunaim is mighty once more. The black Númenóreans are on the rise, and their anger at previous actions against them burns in their veins. Damn right. Here we go. This is the content I like to see. Right, anyway, we need to get our units in here. That is a full stack now, technically, although I think one of these units is really heavily depleted, isn't it? Or perhaps not. Right, do we have... like? Oh, he moved! Finally. We can actually move units out from here now, can we? Although I don't know if we actually want to, per se, because... what if we were to move you out? Okay, they don't like it. Maybe if we don't want random stuff, let's go for cultural growth policy. I think that's important actually for the Ar-Adunaim, because we do need a bit of cultural growth. And also, to be fair, we could send a unit the other way. Anything here that would be not sorely missed on the front? Probably some Azra Zaire. Yeah, let's send a couple of units of Azra Zaire this way. I think that would be for the best. And we'll get Gimilcard to go this way. And Gobel Merlond can be reinforced in that way. Forgot about Númenor. Númenor, yeah. Although Númenor is interesting because like they... it wouldn't be quite as idyllic, I think, as one of the like elven settlements, but it's all a matter of perspective, I suppose. Right, okay, so that's nearly done. Can we build anything in Barad Harn, is it? Yes. Land clearance? Yes, we do want that, I think. Right, save the game. And move on. Ooh, hello there. You've made a dreadful error, my friend, because now you have nowhere to go. Dorwinion? Not much is actually known about Dorwinion. Most of it is sort of like actually filled in by people like Divide and Conquer, for example, or any of the Third Age mods really where Dorwinion was made a faction. I think, isn't it only in the actual lore? I'll see you, Justy. In the actual lore for it though, isn't it like one or two lines that mention it in relation to... Wow. Wow. They've actually declared war on me, have they? Did they declare war on me previously then and I just didn't notice? Huh. Interesting, okay. Well, I guess our expansion plans are put on hold. I guess we're just at war with everyone. Right. Kill these men. Yeah, finish them off. Dead. Right, yes, we don't need to see the animation. There we go. Now then, you, my friend, have made an enemy today. Right, where is my fleet? There it is, hiding away. Well, I guess this means that we can at least move our units. Okay then. Maybe peace with DOL AMROTH is not such a dreadful idea.
We shall listen to your proposal, but do not expect.
Very demanding. I mean, take it or leave it.
Do you think me a mindless serf?
Alright. Fruitful parley. Well, we're not going to be moving forwards anytime soon then. In fact, we may actually wish to move backwards with some of our units. I guess so. But, okay.
Yes, as you wish.
Well, I mean, this is maybe a good opportunity to actually fully establish ourselves in the south. Maybe not the worst idea. And actually, by doing it this way, we don't actually draw the ire of the big fish of Mordor or Gondor. We pick apart their support first, which may not actually be the worst thing in the world. Right, I think actually we want Gimilcad to go back here, based on the fact there is a small army there. And we only have... wait a minute. One unit of Azrazair Raiders in there. Okay, yeah, let's go back there. And... right, let's... we may very well lose that town, but how much can we get away with moving away from here? I think maybe we want... okay, let's embark you. Just send some, like, cheap trash down here. Because I think our cheap trash will tend to do better against Harad than it will against Dol Amroth, where the actual quality on the front line is going to be a little bit more important. Archers, anything depleted that we can send? Yeah, we'll send you as well, why not? And what sort of army is this? Will it indeed? I'd like to see you try. The reinforcement ranges have been real finicky in this. Oh shit, I load the... I was trying to save it. Well, we can go back to the autosave. That was a real 2 IQ moment there. Bloody hell. Anyway. Doesn't matter anyway, they'll do the same thing. And to be fair, I think the autosave was already in... right. There it is, yeah. What an idiot. Anyway, just to consider the reinforcement ranges are the main issue here, because otherwise I would actually send the entire force I've got in Gobel Merlond to just kill that army there. Fornost is assaulted. Okay, yeah, so but yeah, we're just at the start of this turn anyway, so it's no real problem. They're still sieging. Yeah, okay, it's absolutely fine. Oh yeah, we got to remember to finish these fools off. Automatically resolve. Finish them off. Hello, Safe. Right, you get back into there. Tolfalas will... Well, we've got negative money at the moment, so we can't actually build anything, but it's fine. We do need to keep an eye on this, though, because if they start sending a force down to Ardonir, it is going to be a bit of a delicate balancing act at this point, so this is maybe what we needed. Right, Corsairs, and it was you who I sent on the boat as well, wasn't it? Not a huge army by any means, but significant enough to be a problem. Right, I'm going to save it this time over here. I'm interested to see if the garrison will join us. Yeah, okay, perfect. Execute them. And actually we can... Gobel Merlond is going to riot, but that's fine. Okay. They went back into that fort there, but yes, it's nothing to be worried about now. We can re-garrison Merlond without too much fuss. We could even sail down the river to Fein-Obel. Okay. How little do I think I can... Honestly, at this point, I think I've actually got too much on Tolfalas. But with a map like that, I can probably hold it with a smaller infantry force. I think some of the units that I've got here, I'll probably ferry back to the mainland, because we're going to need more, I think, down here. Well, well, well. Harad. Being bold. But quality-wise, especially at this stage, they don't really have what it takes. DOL AMROTH at least have got their bodyguard cavalry units, which can be concerning, but even so, I think composition-wise, especially sort of before everyone gets access to their really special stuff, because every faction's got something at least they can bring to the table. But I think we're nicely positioned, composition-wise, to do our thing. Right then. Gobel Merlond is actually only disillusioned at this point. What is this? That's Gondor. What is our relations like with Gondor, actually? Can't really tell. We are, I think, making money, yeah, but very slowly. Right then. How best to handle this? Actually, yes, we'll get you in there. And we shall siege this down. Okay. And maintain that siege. We'll get those units into Merlond because wait a minute, what? Yeah, you lot. Into the town. Just in case it does get attacked, we already have a garrison in there, I think, don't we? Yes, we've got an armory, so we will be joined by a garrison. Now we'll head back up here so that we can... what is going on here? Let's go over here. We'll see as well, because if they attack us, I don't want our army to be on there, so we'll just err on the side of caution. Taking Harad's capital might prevent them from getting... Yeah, I do want to actually take Fein-Obel now. What is that? That is not great, but not terribly important either. Khaldun is... we need some... Culture is going to be the main issue here, isn't it? Okay. We will be able to take that Harad fort, though, which is quite nice. I think we should also think about... This city over here is the one I'm more concerned about, though, because a full stack is more likely to arrive here. Okay. Save it there. I think this is good, though. I think it has resulted in a bit of spice, because... Hello, classified channel. But yeah, because it was threatening, I think, to be maybe a little bit easy as we just crept up the coast, enveloped DOL AMROTH, and then basically we could take our pick from there, because we'd be strong enough that our faction would be more or less unstoppable in the hands of a non-AI player. Maybe it's just the fact that we're conscripting some Southrons into our army. You want another ceasefire now, is that it?
We must resolve our differences, or this is war.
Honestly, you're such an embarrassment, you know that? I'll accept it for now. Okay, they're bankrupt. Right, let me see. Okay, so that will be... How long does the ceasefire last? Is it like 20 turns? Because if so, I can sort of ready another army effectively to go after Harad. Another King of Rohan is dead. Mission failed. Construction complete. Land clearance. Hostilities cease. They like attack us and then they're like, actually, you know what, maybe this wasn't such a great idea. No, please, we're sorry. On the plus side, though, that general is now out of the way of this town, so we've got that going for us at the very least, but we still want to transport some units back to the mainland. We're going to keep this guy here, but yeah, so defensive units are what we want really, so anything that we can get away with not having here, so Axemen, definitely the two archers who are currently eating up the free slots, Azrazair raiders, Axemen again, crossbows will be useful here, archers, I think we only need one unit of spears, so let's go for this unit, a slightly healthier one, and then we will... How many spaces do we have in this army actually? Don't think enough, do we? No, okay. So I mean, let's just... That's 6, and we have room for 5 in this army, so let's just go for this and this in there, and then we can have just a spare unit of Corsairs just loitering outside the town, and then we'll go back down south. And they still have that fort in my lands, which is a bit annoying, but I mean, they are trapped there now. Look at this guy, look at him trying to sneak on in here. I mean, that is not going to be enough. Well, actually, that's not a dreadful army. I don't think we actually need this guy here anymore, so yeah, we don't. We'll garrison him in Ardumir as well. Okay. So we did get the war with Harad that we wanted initially after all. We can also take that free fort, which would be nice. Yes, we definitely need to move forward because we have the military might to continue to press on, but we do need to be a little bit cautious at this point. Cautious of Harad's treachery. I wonder if Khand would... Oh look, there's a Mordor army. I wonder if Khand would take an alliance. Moria under siege. That's going to trade back and forth for a while. Blockade the port of DOL AMROTH. That's bold. They probably got all of their boats there. Right. Do Cand want an alliance? As a balanced proposal, I'll give you map information. How about that? We've got very good relations. How about that? Okay. Cool. Nice alliance there. Relations improved with Cand. Perfect relations with Cand, in fact. Right, dear oh dear. Look at this. I do kind of want to push forward, but right, this is going to be really the story of the day here, isn't it? Finish them off. Which faction has the best start for army/elite troops? Possibly the Ar-Adunaim, because you start off with a big army because you start off as a horde. I think the biggest army though is actually Gondor. Man, that is a crazy hill that they've got there, but we don't need to be too worried about that. We're definitely going to have range superiority. The Ar-Adunaim have got the best unified army at the start, I would say, because they have all of their troops in the same place, whereas Gondor have got them spread out across their kingdom. But one of those two. In terms of elites, like, if you want a singular unit, then you probably want the High Elves, because Elrond's bodyguard is crazy strong. Keep you at the back, we'll keep you dead in the middle, and Azraziah Marines. Okay, let's just see what they want to do, how they want to handle this. Okay. They're probably going to go up on the hill, but I think, yeah, pikes, Gondor militia, and Gondor militia. Oh yeah, we can just shoot them at will. Absolutely crazy efficiency about to happen over here. Go there. And I guess because we don't need to worry about cavalry. That is a pretty impressive hill. It's a shame they don't have any ranged units. Imladris is my favourite elves faction. A lot of people's favourite faction is Imladris, I think. Oh, we left one of our bowmen behind. This is just going to be about patience, this. The auto-resolves are more favourable as well, so it does... numbers do come into play fairly heftily. Clearly. It's impassable terrain. Some of it is, but maybe not all of it. Really doesn't matter that much anyway, because they're probably going to keep going as long as we can get into a position where we've got a clear shot. Actually, they did take up a decent position there. It's going to be this is going to be a battle that isn't really too decisive, but we could really do with some mercenaries. Well, I think we can hire mercenaries on Tolfalas, just in case they do start dropping off more significant stacks. And oh yeah, those bowmen there, or pikemen I should say, my bowmen are going to be perfect for taking them on. So yeah, actually if we put our bowmen over here like this and put this unit here, I actually wouldn't mind putting my crossbows maybe a little further forwards, but okay. Well, the pikes are definitely going to be the thing to go after here. Unlike Isengard's pikes, while it must be nice to have a unit of pikes right from the off, like Dol Amroth get, they aren't going to be as extremely heavily armoured as the Isengard ones we were dealing with for much of the last campaign. wonder if we can get our crossbows forwards enough to actually have the first volley on them. Because as soon as we... it's going to be a case of as soon as it starts to kick off, they will move forwards, I think. Still not in range of them, even with our bowmen. Crazy amounts of ranged advantage that they get. Okay. You go there like that, actually, yeah. Now then. We've set everything up just so. Still not quite in range with our crossbows. Again, they're uphill. The struggle is real. The first few volleys are going to be important here because that's going to be where all of our efficiency comes from. Because of our extreme amounts of ranged units. Oh, still not in range. Wild. Have you played Middle-earth, Shadow of War, Shadow of Mordor? I have not, no. Right, there we go. Okay. They're still not quite in range though, so we need to get them forwards. Going to be real important to get the oh, that was a... oh, bloody hell. Thought that was an important message then, but it's not. It's just Domino's asking me if I want 10% off my next pizza. Speaking of next pizza, I haven't had Domino's in years. Right, now they're moving. Okay, now we've just got to start shooting. Right, pikes first and foremost. We can deal with the it's going to be nasty for them. Ar-Adunaim armsmen. Into position there. You can take the raiders with you. Halberdiers. Okay. Yeah, this is what we want to see. The enemy! On a hill like this you would have seen them coming from literally miles away. But no matter. It's like playing as Lorien again, this. Not killing them immensely quickly, but that will be having the desired effect. And ultimately, of course, we still have our javelins. And nothing they have is going to be even close to a match for the Ar-Adunaim armsmen. Okay. Yeah, we're going to be just fine, I think. If they do want to move forward to our Azrazair Marines, then I'm all too happy to allow them to do so. They're actually giving us a better shot as time goes on here. We'll actually be getting some hits as well on the Gondor militia, which is nice. Okay. It's not the best angle, but yeah, we're going to get a few hits on them as well. Get them into place. Right, yeah, we can actually get our Marines into position here. fire along the lines with our Javies as well. Well, with the Ar-Adunaim, the cavalry that you only get 1 unit of cav as such. I mean, you get conscripts as well, but cav isn't as important in Divide and Conquer. Well, for the Ar-Adunaim, I should say. The Ar-Adunaim do their business by heavy infantry units, generally speaking. And heavy units in general. They can skirmish as well. They're much like Umbar, actually, in Reforged, only, you know, with the particular flavour of a deck. And they are continuing to withstand a bit of a beating. I'll give them that. Right, go there like so. Where the ships of Numenor lay anchored. My ships aren't going to be laying anchored throughout this campaign. Ah, hello there. Are you actually going to attack? Possibly. Okay, yeah, just shoot into the side of them. And move downwards. Yeah, actually just roll in at this point.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
You go down there, you go down there. You can go there like that, and the other two can charge into melee like so. And that's going to be all we require. Hello Calvin, good to see you. Actually, yeah, let's... I like the sound of the Numenorian war cry. Well, yeah, they're going to get slaughtered here. Azra Zaire. Not a single one of them is going to be able to get out of here. I have to say, I do prefer Ar-Adunaim's playstyle to Lorien. With Lorien being skirmish heavy has never really been my ideal. I've always liked having, like, first and foremost, a strong backbone to the army. And that is most certainly the case. We can turn around actually and go this way. We actually have shield wall on our general as well, which is pretty cool. Anyway. Yeah, this is going to be all over for them pretty quickly. Let's see if we can kill them all. We definitely don't want this army causing trouble on Tol Falas for any particular length of time. Azra Zaire Marines are quick enough to catch up with them, I think. But this is where having that Southron cavalry is going to come into its own. Yeah, 18 losses. Those are the kind of numbers we were seeing with Lorien at intervals such as this. Yeah, the war with Dol Amroth has started. A second war with Harad was briefly on before they immediately came to me with a peace offer, tails between their legs again. I really don't know what they're... Maybe it's because they have a fort in my territory technically and they feel as though they need to take it. Maybe that's what the AI's like thought process is there. But it's not gonna go very well for them at all. Execute them all. And we've gone back into Tol Falas. Still got that fleet there. It may very well be worth our while to actually start killing these things off. Right, anyway. There's another Dol Amroth army, which is really not much of a concern. Right, let's go back in there with you. You into Ardamir. Keep an eye on Tal al-Jaf. We have a little bit of money now, but not much. We've spent most of it already. Gobel Merlond. Right over here. Now might be another good... Oh, no, because we don't... I think what we'll do though is we will bring our Gimel card down this way. Amon Ithel can just continue to be. We are, I think, retraining a unit. Yes. No, training raiders. Okay, good. I don't know why we're doing that actually. No, we don't have hireable units there. Do we actually have mercs, I wonder? Okay, there are. Harondor Mercenaries are available for hire in this part of the world, which is nice. I don't think they're as good as the sellswords, but we'll make do. Do we want to start trying to kill off Gondor navies or Dol Amroth navies? I think we do. There we go. 0 ships sunk. A clear victory. A little bit of damage. Do we want to go after that one as well? Let's have a look at what the auto-resolve says. Let's do it. Clear victory. Perfect. So a bit of damage has been sustained, but we are killing off those Dol Amroth navies. And this army is next to useless, but it could be a problem. Let's just squash it. Let's actually scout ahead, see what's what. So this was a city, wasn't it? Of some description? Amrothian Keep. That's under siege. The next Dol Amroth town is over here, isn't it? Across the estuary. So it's probably actually worth me doing that attack by boat, if anything. Yeah, we need more units further forward, don't we? That much is pretty clear. What is that? 2 units? We've got a lot of archers, which maybe won't be all that useful. Okay, they can be there. How much can we reasonably get away with sending forward? I want really my good units forward, so let's send you up. Gobble Merlond is not hugely thrilled at that, but they'll have to get over it, won't they? Then we go up this way, I think, and do things that way. And if we're going to do that, to be fair, we may as well squash this army underfoot right this moment. Yeah, 55 losses. And there we go. We can garrison that. Our Gimel card can come down this way. Yeah, okay. Hello, Ricky. You get unit upkeep while troops are on boats? I assume so. You've missed trading blows with Dol Amroth, really. And Harad, briefly. I thought maybe this would be another situation where we'd have to expand slowly again, but with Harad once again calling for a ceasefire, I don't think that'll be too much of a concern, to be honest. But I would like to take this next territory along the way. We should maybe think about getting some relations with Mordor as well, so they don't try anything foolish. But we're friends with Khand, at least. Military report. Great tidings. So yeah, the barracks event has now fired. So that should be, I mean, having a look in Umbar, I wonder what new stuff is here. Nothing as it stands, because we need to build the next tier of barracks. That's probably not a bad idea, getting another general out. Okay. I think we actually need to probably save money up, to be honest, if anything. Right, this army is now the one that we shall move forth with. That's interesting. Another nice fort that we have at our disposal. You go in there as well. It's not a particularly happy town, but it's going to have to get over itself. Right, Gimel card. I'm actually very tempted to turn you around and go up to Barad Han, actually, so that's what we're going to do. Because we don't need anything in Gobel Merlond. And what else can we buy? We definitely need more economy stuff. Do we want to grow this town? Or do we want... Umbar? What can we build in Umbar? Nothing, because everything's too expensive. Everything's too expensive. Well, we've got a Warlord's Hall. That's not really too useful, though. Okay, yeah, let's go with growth. Let's do the communal farming thing. And that'll be all we can do for the moment. What is this? That's a thing. This way. Ooh, hello. What is this? Let's go for it. Close defeats. Oh, you're joking. Well, such is the way of auto-resolve, I suppose. We might actually be getting more money now, though, that those ships have actually perished. Flew a little too close to the sun there. Right then. More DOL Amrothians. Very limited amounts of them, though. Like, they're not going to be able to do anything with this. All of my towns are garrisoned appropriately to deal with tiny little stacks like that. Need to retreat our navy and get it repaired, really. Probably not to Tol for last, though, because that's going to be a front line. But yeah, we definitely need to get across the mouth of the Anduin as quickly as we can now. Take over the northern banks of it, so that way we don't get cut off from our expansion from Mordor or Khand or someone of that ilk. End of turn report. Recruitment report. Relations improved with the Dark Lord of Mordor. He is pleased, and on this occasion I can actually understand why he is pleased, because we're going after Dol. What is that? A feeble force, to say the least. We want to be a little bit careful here, because Gimilcad could get sat upon by a bunch of units. Right then. Let's kill you. If we can get across and take that Amrothian fort, that would be glorious. We've already moved. Actually, no, we haven't moved that. So how do you repair your fleet then? Because it's not as simple as putting it into a port, is it? How does one retrain it, or is it just doomed forever? Can we retrain? No. And we could do south from pikemen. We've got a whole bunch of Azrazair in this town who are keeping it nice and safe for us. Actually, speaking of which, we could probably take one of them out and just tidy things up there. There we go. Just for neatness' sake. And we should also get our Gimilcad to build some watchtowers as we move him forwards towards Baradhan. Right then. Right, Tol Falas is a place we need to develop, really. Yeah, and a meeting hall is probably the way to go so that we can actually recruit units. We can already build black ships in this port, which is very nice. So, I think so, yeah, let's go for that. Don't think there's much else we can build at this stage. Ardamir. There are like mining complexes we can do, I think, but they're really expensive. But still. We've got big armies, that's the thing. That's why we're making money so slowly. But it has allowed us to expand pretty aggressively. Right, that will be that for now, I guess. Trying to group up on their boats. Umbar. Maybe it needs port buildings. Yeah, maybe. Maybe Tolfalas would be sufficient. I mean, surely you can rebuild your boats, because otherwise they'd just be damaged, and then... Like, you may as well build fresh ones after a certain point. You may as well just disband them. It's been so long since I played Medieval 2, and well, I say that, obviously I played Lorien, but campaign-wise it's been so long since I used Medieval 2 navies. Well, at least the rain stopped. Right, got to keep an eye on these guys as well, because they are almost certainly going to prove to be... Right, we need to get lasting peace with them if we can, rather than just a ceasefire. Because it will make things a little easier, and we are in danger of overextending ourselves if Harad decide that now is the time. Relations are amiable. How about trade rights? Okay. Yeah, well, we'll see about that, as you almost certainly backstabbed me. Construct a watchtower. Right, so they are there. Right, we want to be careful though. This. Oh, excuse me. They have anything in there? Probably not. No, they don't. So we'll take that. Happily. We have a foothold on that side of the Anduin now. Right then. Meeting hall being built. No, we don't want construction like that being done. It's already 50% done, so we may as well let it happen at this point, but less of that. Ah, wait. There's a little blue circle there. I assume that means that they're being repaired. Well, we'll keep them there for the time being anyway, because there's no sense in sending them out to just be slaughtered. If need be, we can always panic and build more ships somewhere. Umbar capital. If we were to put a very high tax rate on, that would be nice. What about this place? Normal tax rate. I can only do a normal tax rate for you. Fair enough. And for you, perhaps, a normal tax rate as well. Disappointing. No wonder, all of our towns are poor. Don't really need a meeting hall here. Okay. Well, it's a good place to save and pass the turn. No, I can retrain. Oh, well, yeah, maybe I'll retrain then. Definitely want to retrain my black ship that has experience. They're going to keep landing tiny little stacks on Tolfalas, aren't they? Which is fine for me. I'm fully willing to squash them as they arrive. It makes little difference to me. Yeah, that's one thing that I keep meaning to do as well. Mordor. Harad were really eager to get those trade rights, so I assume they're not doing so well in terms of their own trade, so it's probably not actually getting us that much money. The AI never give you stuff that's super great for you after all. Brotherhood of True Sons. Yes, that's the building we want, actually. That's the building that means we don't have, or we shouldn't have, negative public order. Although that doesn't appear to be the case, to the point where we need actually to recruit another unit. Possibly get Gimmelcard back down there. For now, I think we will. Right then. Right, first things first, actually, let us deal with these fools that have come across. Cavalry. Interesting. That's still not going to be enough to save you here, though, is it? They're just going to keep doing this, I guess. We are slowly losing troops as we do this, but not nearly to the extent that it's going to be too much of a problem. No, not hiding from the enemy. Get back to Tolfalas. There we go. Marvellous. I mean, it might help to have Gimmelcard down here anyway. He may very well, if Harad decide to get too big for their boots again. Oh, right, okay, yeah, so they're in a port now, so I guess now we can retrain them. Yeah, now we can retrain, okay. So yeah, it was the blue circle. I don't know why they're so mad. We've got a Brotherhood of True Sons in here now, which should be the building which takes away the negative impact of the conscription camp. Right. Let's just save a second, because never know if I go the wrong way or not. Hopefully my voice doesn't give out. 2 streams in a row. Lynn here. Do I want to fight them? It might be worth fighting them outside, actually. Okay, yeah, naturally they didn't go for that. Let's siege them. And actually what we're just going to do is leave this for a little while. Just leave it simmering. Because they might sally out and meet us, and in that case I think we actually would prefer that. As much as their cavalry is maybe a bit of a concern, we can use all of our nasty crossbows to really nice effect in that case. Okay. And that should be that. Okay. Yeah, they're going to come out and attack. Good, good, good. We can be on the defence here. Provided we have a nice little position as well, our crossbows should really, really do the business here. Oh yes, it's a bridge crossing as well. Although having said that, I think reinforcements will arrive from behind us, so we should prepare at least for the possibility of that. We've actually got some Southrons as well. This is our first unit of conscripted men that we will be actually fighting with. So some Southron Lancers, which will be excellent for chasing down the remnants. So Lim here should fall pretty quickly, honestly. As long as we play our cards right here, and considering the huge amount of archers we have, the complete disregard for my own men's safety that I have, considering it's... actually, yeah, look, boy, we might have a few too many archers, actually. And we might not have what it takes to actually hold the front. Right. This is another little archer bank, which we'll have over here, like so. Crossbows. They can be... We'll keep them back, actually, because we may need to turn them around, depending on where the reinforcements come from. Yeah, I'm doing good, Calvin, thank you. Right, halberds should get ready to block up the front, as well as a unit of spears. And actually, probably the Ar-Adunaim. They may take a few nasty losses, but yeah, that's a full force. Oh, there's another unit of Rosadan bowmen that I didn't even notice. Marvellous. Right, this is a force that we can utilise pointing this way, as well as the Southron Lancers. Yeah, in fact, actually, the more significant force is the one that's directly behind us. That's actually a bit of a shame, but okay. I suspected as much. Okay, well, with that in mind, then, let's just get a unit of Rosadans onto the bridge, as well as the Ar-Adunaim, and the other unit of spears can turn around. Lebanon Marines, Royal Swan Guard are definitely the sort of thing which we need to deal with post haste. Okay. Right. You lot turn around, as will you. And well, yeah, actually, it's because they will walk onto the field. It is actually probably worth our time to just charge right up into their faces. But yeah, we do need to run with all of our units. Urgency will be important here. We may end up losing our Southrons perhaps more quickly than we would have liked, but What is this? Lebanon Marines. Unit is yet to enter the field. There it is. Haven Guard. It's probably a bad unit to charge into, actually, now that I think of it, but it'll, you know, get in the way. Okay. No. You shoot at the Nimrodel. The Nimrodels. Oh yeah, we need to get into those Royal Swans. Yeah, we definitely need to go after them with our cav, actually, just prevent them from doing as they please. It's actually a pretty intense fight in the rain. There's another force over there, actually, another reinforcement army. Alright. Yeah, cavalry, actually, we're just going to leave as a... Right. You... Actually, yeah, we'll shoot right down the line with them. What is that? Amrothian Squires. That's not what we need to see, actually. Victory seems certain. Yeah, shoot into that blob. Amrothian archers. Sure, we'll go after them. Actually, no. We need defense against those squires. Having so much Azra Zaire might actually end up being our downfall here. And they're just forcing through. This is a little bit concerning, not gonna lie. Yeah, actually we need to get our archers into a slightly more advantageous position, really. Haven Guard are infighting, that's what we want to see. Go after the Royal Swan Guard as well. Let's get them into a position ready to intercept the squires. Yeah, you lot actually should probably turn around because you're not getting the best angle. You three can stay firing in there. Yeah, they're going to do just fine. Okay. You can shoot in there. I'm a little bit concerned about this cavalry breaking loose, but there's not really much I can do about that. Okay. It's a difficult one, this, because I think the problem is we're going to lose against the cav. Yeah, okay. Right. Probably already waited a bit too long there, to be honest, but... Okay, here we go, yeah. More bolts coming in. What's going on over here? Is the cavalry proving to be a problem again? Yeah, kind of. Oof. It's going to be... Morale may start to prove to be the biggest killer here. I mean, we're doing quite well here. We're just not shooting enough, I don't think. Yeah, this is not good. Not good at all. A lot of our units are just not good enough, and the ones that we're relying on here to be the heroes are not really performing to par. I was kind of caught off guard actually by the fact that the large force was behind me. If I knew that was going to be the case, I probably would have set up completely differently, but yeah, even with that, like, look at this. It's not looking good. We're killing them, but just not quickly enough, I don't think.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Yeah, these crossbows are just too weedy. They're just not quite up to the task. And this is still a problem as well. We're still holding over here though, at least. Yeah, like we're about to have this cavalry just collapse on us, which is a concern. Right, okay, those Limhir squires. One more shot from the Baruthiel's watch, and then I think we need to turn our general's attention to something else, like those Royal Swan Knights. Either way, this isn't going to be a particularly pleasant experience once all is said and done. Right, they're out of ammunition. These two now need to basically throw themselves under the bus and get up here. Right. Okay, cavalry-wise, we should be fine there. We can't afford to really keep the other parts of the line waiting at this point. Yeah, they're going to win. Okay. Let's get some crossbows down over here because they need a slightly better shot. Royal Swan Guard, shoot at them. There goes one of the generals. That's a real concern as well. The fact that their cavalry is now busting through, basically. They just need to keep moving. Just get in the way. Just stop them from getting... It's really heavy rain outside now. Yeah, you stand just there, getting ready to just jump on them when the opportunity arises. Right, they are victorious, which means we actually could do with getting down and around. Still losing there, but yeah, charge into them. Just get in the way. That's all you're here for at this point. Okay, now they're free. This is a real concern. Yeah, we just need to get you in the way, I think. Get into them. Quick. Okay, they're kind of getting in the way. Oh, they stopped. What are you doing? Now our general's going to get charged. There's a point-blank volley there. Okay, charge into melee with them. Maybe try and do things that way. Come back over here. It's going to be difficult, but not completely beyond the realms of possibility that we can make something happen here. You're out of ammo now, aren't you? Yes, you are. Charge in there. Hello, Finkar. Right, we should be fine as long as our general doesn't catch an unfortunate volley or anything. Enemy general fallen. Right, get into them. Rosadans. Right, now the question is what's going on over here, because they were starting to bust through, and yeah, they're gonna break through there, which is unfortunate. But there's not much else that can be done with that. Okay. we can just free up our general, but the enemy cavalry units are just so incredibly tanky. Our archers are really poor in melee as well. That's one thing I did get used to, really, as Lothlorien. The fact that my... well, actually, we should probably think about getting... shoot at them, why not? Just try and kill that general off. That might be enough to... for Christ's sake, die! Right, we need to pull the general out, because we need this ammunition doing its thing. Ooh, that's really bad. That's really, really bad. Maybe we can block off more of them from coming across. Right, pull through. Charge into them. Where's the actual general model? Okay, there he is. So he's out of harm's way, which is something. Actually, no, you need to stay there, really. They can keep firing at that. Yeah, this is pretty tense. Numbers was never the issue here. This is where having a lower quality force does come back to bite you, really. You need to fire. You need to do it now. There's no time for this sort of right, shoot at them. And actually you shoot at them as well, because you can't really get a good shot onto the units that are right in front of you anyway. You go there. Right. Shoot at the Royal Swan Guard, please. There's still one of the... yeah, that's why. There's still models over here. Again. Not doing what I'm telling them to do. Right, no, you need to stay there, actually. Are you going to leave melee? That could cost me the game if these guys don't leave melee with these horses. It could actually cost me the game. Right, we've still got some Ar-Adunaim in there who have been really bailing us out there, because most of it is Azra garbage. Right, don't get too close to them, Jesus. They're just not doing any damage to that cavalry at all. I know they're not, but there's nothing else I can do. Just get into melee with them then. If you're going to be useless, at least try and do something. Unbelievable. I don't know, I don't like the odds here, just because we need our important units to actually be doing stuff, and they really are not. What the hell are they doing? Nimrodel. They go down here because they can actually still shoot with some of their ammo. Right, the problem is they're going to have this unit freed up sooner rather than later as well, because they're carving through my archers. This general falling could honestly be massive though, because the morale of this army here should in theory plummet once that happens. But this general needs to die in like the next few hits. And none of my units are actually hitting him. Kill him! At least try to kill him. Hit him. Yeah, the pathfinding may have screwed me here. Yeah, we're done now. Like, there's no way. We need to get our general out. But like, it's just not going to happen. Some of them are just going to stay behind and then he'll refuse to shoot. I think that's probably how they've managed to make crossbows so poor in Divide and Conquer. It's because they've made them really finicky to use, which is really annoying. We might actually win that fight there now. Okay. I think we actually managed to get all of them out this time. No, our general himself is still there, I think. No, that wasn't him. Okay. Please shoot that man. This is so annoying. Why do you refuse to shoot him? You're not even attempting to shoot him. I don't know what happened to your sound, mate. Unless it's true for everyone, it's a you thing. Right, we desperately need our general to get out of harm's way. Somehow. Some way, somehow. We need him to stop being such a dum-dum. No one else is having sound issues, are they? I hope not. The enemy. Victory seems certain for them. Those Amrothian archers are back online now. What do we actually have left? Maybe that'll be enough to bring the cavalry to heel. Defeat seems certain for them as well. That's not good. Go on, shoot him. Point blank. There we go. Need to get out of there. Okay, yeah, then it's just you, Finkar. God damn, those cavalry units, though. I mean, honestly, like, we're in a bit of trouble here because we're going to have taken so many losses that Dol Amroth are going to have what it takes to just sweep this army away anyway, so I'm not entirely sure what can be done here. Actually, no, that's not what we want. We need volume of kills at this point. Farmhand pikemen. Man, it is all over the damn place at the moment. Yeah, just shoot at them. That's a decent chunk of their forces. Keep shooting at them. That general is not too eager to die either. Hello 2020. What else can we do? Oh, they're back again. Victory seems certain. Why can't you hold their attention? Can you be useful just this one time? At least they're speedy. Man, if this general would just perish, it would really be such a salve upon our wounds. Speaking of which, they have Amrothian guardsmen. A unit has routed. Try and kill that general off. That might be enough to kill them. I mean, we're dealing with such fine margins at this point. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's fairly important. It's not campaign destroying if we lose it. It just means that our expansion would be significantly slower. Yeah, we definitely need to kill that bloody Haven Guard. This guy isn't even bloodied, which is a little bit of a concern. They're attacking him one by one as well. Oh, just get out of there. You're useless. Absolutely useless in melee. We need one of the more useful family members, I think, to be our I think the bonus against those Amrothian cavalry units is significantly over-egged, if I'm being honest with you, because that was not very useful at all. Okay, so they're getting shot.
The battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
Right, are you going to be able to get a shot off here? Depends, really. I don't know. They're so slow. They're so unbelievably slow. And there's one of them still here, which means this over here, even in guard mode, means the entire unit is now completely unable to fire. Man, what a useful unit. This Haven Guard has been nothing short of an extreme annoyance. Just turn around and slay them. You can do that much in melee, surely. I really like the look of them, but my word, are crossbows hot garbage in Divide and Conquer. And it's a... I've heard them complain about crossbows as well, some of the developers. But like, this has been like an active choice by the development team to do this, because crossbows can be amazing. But they have decided no. We do not want our crossbows to be useful. We want them to be slow, lethargic, and if one single member of their... Right, okay, so we finally have... I think they're actually out of ammunition, those Amrothians. Okay. Right, they've got those over there, which is fine. Damn, though, we have taken extreme damage. To the point where I think we're actually going to retreat back across the river. Because it is not worth it at all to stay here. We're just going to get slaughtered by the next DOL AMROTH full stack that they can train. Go on, point blank. There we go. Even then they managed to miss most of those shots, to be honest. We'll shoot into their backs. This over here is crazy. It's 2 generals that they still have left. Yeah, there's no way that this is a good result for us, but it's not one for them either. It leaves them. The problem I have though is I'm going to retreat and then Mordor are going to take this territory, or canned, and it blocks my expansion. Who's in melee still? Oh my god. It's so bad. It's so bad. I can't believe they just... Why would they make crossbows like this? It's going to cost me the game. It is unironically going to cost me the game. These crossbows doing what they're doing. I won't even be sorry to see this general gone, to be honest with you. These crossbows are so crap. Right, get out of melee. What is that? Right, stop him from chasing us, and we might actually have a chance. Maybe, Calvin, but... I mean, it doesn't really matter too much, because, I mean, what am I going to hold the settlement with? I got nothing. We need to get into melee just to try and break these Amrothian archers. These generals have unironically probably got like 50 kills between them. Like each, rather. Their morale improved by a rear charge. There we go, good. Jump on that guy. This is insane. None of this would have been a problem if my crossbows would have disengaged from melee properly. As slowly as they fire, they've still got a bit of a sting to them, but... Okay, that's good. That's a general dead. Right, now get the crossbows over here, and we need to start shooting into the Amrothian guardsmen. Eventually, surely those Royal Swan Guard will be killed. They had 3 generals. Right, what have we got here? Don't want to get too close to them. Well, I think we only get the settlement in the event that we manage to kill off the entirety of the force that's here, which I mean I guess is technically possible. Truly staggering amount of kills there. Oh hey, we've still got a spearman. Singular. Let's see if he can actually do something. A better place to shoot them from? I guess way over here. Oh hey, it's an officer from that unit as well. Okay, well he's unironically going to kill all of those Azrazair archers, which, again, they are a terrible, terrible unit in melee, but he is just one man at the end of the day. At least it gives the campaign a bit of spice. I was worried that it would be becoming a little bit too simple. Look at this army now, though. Hopefully they don't just pull another full stack out of nowhere to recover. Because I think it is now fairly important that we get a unit embarked on the ships to go over and support them. They can shoot. So, how are you guys today? Will it though, monkeys? Because every town I've taken so far hasn't really improved my economy that much. Even Toll for Last didn't really improve it too much, but hopefully it will, because if it does, then I'll just hire as many mercs as I can. Right, enough of this nonsense.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
If there was a time limit on this one, they might be running it a little low. Less unit upkeep, yes, that's true.
The battle is very much in our favor. Victory will be ours. The enemy general lies
My, he died.
to ride to war on a pony.
Both of them died at pretty much exactly the same time. How about that? So we're going to win.
Oh, how our cowardly foe. It's time to press
Now we need to do as much damage as we possibly can. Why are you not shooting them? I guess you're just going to let them get away then. Is he just staying behind? Perpetually routing? Hello, Matt. Where are you shooting now? At nothing in particular by the looks of things. A farmhand pikeman. I mean, he's still alive, so get yourself in there. Okay, so then there's these guys. Actually, no, yeah, keep shooting at them. You're more likely to kill them with them than you are anything else. Impressive survivability from the back. Yeah, very brutal. What are these guys doing? Definitely the centerpiece of this particular part. This should be the end of them. A nice volley from the crossbows. It would have been just fine if it was on the river itself. I was expecting the force to come from behind just based on the outlay of the troops, but I didn't think the main force would be coming from there, which obviously hurt us pretty substantially. There we go. There is actually still one of them alive, is there? Is he just running around like a headless chicken out in the middle of nowhere? Yes, he is. That was tough. What are you doing? Shoot him. He's right there. He's right in front of you. Crossbows are brain dead in this game, I swear. How have they managed to... Like, you see the devastating force that crossbows can be in Reforged. I don't know how they've managed to make them so crap in Divide and Conquer. Going to try and stay for the whole stream? Well, we're in the sort of... We're closer to the end now than the start, certainly. A clear victory. I mean, technically, it said we've only lost half-ish of our army, whereas like the DOL AMROTHians have lost way more, so we're going to get healed casualties as a result, but damn, son. It's 1 AM. Well, don't worry, this stream will only be going for about another 20 more minutes. Again, sort of the like the 3-hour mark is where I'm sort of aiming for, and then it's like depending on whether it's a good place to leave off or not, it can go for slightly longer. I think that's the I execute them all. They're going to retake that fort, but no biggie. So we don't automatically take it. Oh, we do. Right, well, we'll occupy. Nice. That's actually, yeah, that is actually quite a rich town considering we just took it. We do need to get more units up there now, though. It is interesting, though, because they will probably have to choose between Linhir and Tolfalas now. That was quite the fight indeed. Now then, let's see if we can't. We need to recruit more units, really, but we can't really afford much more, and our fleet is kind of in tatters. And then there's these guys, like, yeah, they're going for it again. Look. Like, they really are just an utter embarrassment. Settlement besieged. Okay, Harada coming after us again. So what we will do, and we will crush them.
As you command, an honourable, glorious victory. We shall engage.
Right, will we get reinforcements? Probably not, right? No, yeah, we're out of reinforcement range because, of course we are. That's just how it happens. Right. Okay. Well, I mean, it's definitely given the campaign a bit of spice. The Haradrim continually throwing themselves at us and then perishing.
We have triumphed.
And what have we got here? Oh, Imrahil himself. We've got a lot of money, actually. Money to the extent that I think what we're going to do, we can actually train mercenaries in that region. I wonder if we can train mercenaries here, because we may very well need them. No, we can't. Okay. What about here? There's no recruitable mercenaries anywhere. Right. Do we have an armory in this settlement? We do not, so we need to train one of those. Build one of those immediately. Elsewhere, we need units. So we're just going to go all in on raiders. Pikeman's not the worst idea either. Units up here. We just need to train units everywhere we possibly can. Can't afford to be too choosy at this point because of the situation that has befallen us. Right, Axemen. And yeah, I'll go for another unit of them. Because this could be a town that comes under attack soon. I think we just go this way, you know. Amon Ithil may fall. Okay. Let's just see how this goes. Maybe Dol Amroth would take a ceasefire. Possibly. I'm really tempted to not say no to peace to Harad this time, if they come back with us with an offer for it. Hello, Son of Fantasy. It's a bit chaotic now. Harad have declared war upon us. What do they want to do? They'll probably take Ammonithal in one turn, because they've got a general and everything here. They might need to siege it, which gives us a little bit of time to sort of reorganise our defence at least. Yeah, we need to carve the heart out of their realm, really.
We are besieged.
What are you going to do then, I wonder? Are you going to join on our side, or are you going to strike against us? Ugh, that's not good. Gondor have declared war on us as well.
Must make a stand. We are besieged.
Again, like the AI is just so... They have so little... They have got such a small sense of self-preservation, the AI, because they're all dogpiling on me, but they're going to get ravaged by Mordor as this happens. What is that? It's a decent little force. But we're in a town, so maybe we can make that work. The crossbows might be a little bit more... Right.
An honourable, glorious victory.
Right. Join...
As you command. You can profit from. No, do not abandon. Yes. No. Honor.
Honestly.
Victory. We shall prevail.
A siege? I don't have time to siege a fort. Do I? Guess... sure, we may as well take it. We're not going to be able to move anywhere else after all. Like, this is a problem. Enemies. They're not at war with Harad, but they're not their allies either. Hello, Owen? So, who are Harad at war with then? Are they at war with Khand? No, but Mordor was their only ally. Right, we're going to lose Amon-Ithil, but it's not a very useful town anyway. So I'm not hugely sad about that. We just need more units everywhere we can muster them. Right. Can we hire mercenaries? There are no mercenaries. I bet you've hoovered them all up, haven't you? Okay. Rosadan, footmen, and halberds. There's a ballista there as well, which would be quite useful, but... Right, Barad-Han. Right, that's probably a town that's actually not under the most immediate threat, so the Ar-Adunaim units can leave. How many can we get away with, actually? Okay. Yeah, we can get rid of that. What if we moved you as well? Okay. Good. So we've got a nice little force that should be able to hold Gobel Merlon, or Gobel Merlon I should say, reasonably indefinitely. We've already built an armory here, haven't we? There's a Numenorian armourer there. Is there an armory? No, there isn't, but we can't afford one either. Right, so we'll lose Amon-Ithil. We might lose Linhir as well, including our general, but we shall see. Okay, let's see how this goes. Who's going to get the first swing then? I think it's Gondor, isn't it, that will get the first attempt? Or is it, actually? No, it might be Harad. Yes, it will be Harad. Yeah, there's no real... Well, actually... Actually, that is kind of where... That's the Serpent Lord as well. I mean, if we could assassinate him, that would be... Okay, let's fight that. It's not impossible, this, but it will be hard, because while the units are in our favour, the quality won't be. If we can win this, though, Harad will be... Oof, they will live to regret what they've done here. Right, are these arrow towers? I believe they are. Right, so let's have a look at what they've actually got at their disposal. So this is obviously a problem. The black snakes, because there's a bigger unit of them as well, but the rest of it is trash of the highest order. Now, we also have trash of the highest order, but maybe the dream is not impossible. We just need to... if we can actually move our troops where we want to. Come on, we need them at least close enough by that they can make a difference. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. This is going to be real tough though, because it's just such trash we've got to work with. And maybe the archer towers can do the heavy lifting for us. try and go after the Black Snake Guard. Don't have the best of shots, but we have got spears as well, Southron Warband. The problem I think is going to be here, they're just going to force their way through like the AI does. With their superior, well, I say superior numbers, they don't actually have superior numbers. But one of our units is an archer, so don't really know how much stock we can put in them performing well. Especially not when the ranged units are not very responsive in the way that we can see there. Hello, Jasdeep. Harad have betrayed us again. But they're not allied with Mordor, so I mean, honestly, maybe it's tempting if we can get peace with Dol Amroth and Gondor. We've got literally no friend. Well, we got Khand as a friend, I guess. Too pure for this world, Khand. I actually want them to come in through the gate quickly, to be honest. Right. Honestly, I'd be happy enough to just see the Serpent Lord die from this. This is just the start we wanted, actually, as well. Oh, look at them die. Not quite as beefy as the Swan cavalry we've been fighting up until now. We're not really going to be able to get decent shots, unfortunately, with our archers. Yeah, there goes the general. That's a problem. But, you know what? Let's see if we can. Kill the Serpent Lord. That's all I really want from this. I kind of wrote this territory off, to be honest with you, so if we can win this it'll be a real bonus, but if we can't, then no big deal. Well, the arrow towers need to do their thing, which, to be fair, they are. The only quality unit on the field was the Black Snakes, but they can't really do their thing with spears in here, not too easily anyway, so... We're pushing out a little bit too far, I think, at this point. Or, you know, maybe not. It's kind of beyond my control at this point anyway. Okay. Oh no, don't break, please. Alright, I guess just do what you can. No, 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 actually, that's stupid. Oh, you're taking so much damage. What from? We've got a lot of raiders still. Where's the Serpent Lord? He's got to be in here somewhere. There he is. On this occasion, Owen, it doesn't really matter because both of our armies are made up largely of trash. The only thing that's like impressive as such is the Black Snakes. The Black Snake Guard. Which is why I want, even if just the general dies, that would be a victory. We're losing units more quickly though. For some reason the towers have stopped firing. There they go, they're firing again. We need them to keep firing. If they do, then we win pretty much. Anyway. Hey Lewis, nice to see you. Yeah, we're losing ground. We need the archer towers to do their thing, but they're just refusing to fire. Typically enough. Yeah, we're not doing any damage to the Black Snake Guard anymore. And we can't position our units in the appropriate place, really. Yeah, no kidding. Don't know why the arrow towers stopped firing. With the arrow towers, I think we probably would have won this. But they just stopped for some reason. Another one of those medieval 2 quirks, I suppose. See, they're firing again now. I guess they're just too close. Is that what's going on here? I guess it must be. This is a real fight between trash. They're trying to push in now. Go on, archers. Arrow towers need to be the heroes. I don't think it's going to happen though. I think the Black Snakes are just providing too much on that front line for us to deal with.
The enemy have the walls. Try the fence or all will be lost.
Yeah, we're starting to break now as well. So we're not going to get what we wanted from this, unfortunately. But, you know, it was a valiant attempt. And ultimately we can take away some of Harad's perhaps more important territories. We do need peace with someone though. We need peace with someone because if we're at war with absolutely everyone, there's no chance we hold on to everything we have. And they've got no incentive to have peace with us if we look weak. It'd be nice if we could convince Khand to join us in this particular little war. What is this? What are you doing? What is this? Those are axemen, right? Let's see if we can't withdraw. Okay, yeah, that was... So what was that? What is even the point of that? Look at how little you can withdraw. That's a problem in any Total War game. Like, if you're going to use that mechanic, at least do something with it. Like, that's You can scarcely have something more useless than retreating like an inch on the map. I mean, I'll try to make peace with them, but they're probably not going to take it. What do they actually have? You go up here. If they have cavalry of any description, we may as well retreat. Yeah, look at this, look. Horse archers. Various Ar-Adunaim units. We do need to actually fight this though, I think. Otherwise we could find ourselves... The problem is as well, I'm at war with Gondor and Dol Amroth, so even if I were to trade away Lim here, I could only trade it away to one of them to get peace. The other one is still going to be ruining my day. I can't retreat anymore though. It's not an option. Right. Let's go here like this. We're going to lose this fight again. All of a sudden this campaign has taken on that really annoying slant that the Lorien campaign took on. Where everyone for no real reason has decided to make my life harder. Oh yeah. Individually my units are substantially stronger, but they've got too many. They can just go around. They've also got pikes, which means, yeah, we're in massive trouble here. There's no way we win this, really. Here we go again. The classic divide and conquer experience, where diplomacy doesn't matter and it's you against the world. Right then. Okay, we may as well just charge in here. Naturally. Okay, let's see if we can go in from this side then. Go on, break, you know you want to. This should be just what we want. Cleave through some Harad archers. Now charge into them. See you, Finkar. Or is it Finkar? Oh, see you, son of fantasy. They're wavering. I don't know. I mean, I don't think we're going to have enough to kill all of them. Not unless we start routing them very quickly. And that doesn't seem to be happening. Yeah, it's a shame. Yeah, they're trying to get away, I think. Again, it's going to be a case of close but no cigar. My day's going okay. I have to say, the way that this campaign has suddenly gone has again annoyed me slightly, but that seems to be par for the course with Divide and Conquer. Because my god, are the factions in this game completely schizophrenic when it comes to diplomacy. Those pikes are the problem. We're not going to be able to defeat them no matter what we do. Go on, charge. There we go. Didn't really do much of anything though. A couple of kills here and there. Yeah, at this point we may as well just go like this. Yeah, there we go, look. Unsurprising. No, it's not my favourite game, Killer Bees. I wouldn't say so. It's one of the ones that I've played the most. Right, maybe now we can actually get down to that Gondor siege. We may finish this stream losing 3 battles in a row, which might be a bit of a killer, to be honest, because I think Harad are going to try and rush down Umbar, and if we lose Umbar, it's game over. No, I don't want to pay the ransom. We need to kill that Harad army sooner rather than later. Okay, so they're just sieging us down. I wonder if we don't have any why is Gobel Merlon so angry? Right. Yeah, we need to just deal with this quickly. And what should we do now? Well, fortunately, Stefan, that won't happen because Harad are actually not allied with Mordor, so Mordor don't care either way. So at least invasions won't happen, which is good because I can't really rely... To be fair, Umbar is a city that has that... Right, hold on a second. Right, these 3 should be enough at this point. The general there. Yeah, sod it. Yeah, 31 losses. Perished. They can go back into Ardamir. You 3 can begin moving forward. We are making money now. Ironically enough, we're making a ton of money all of a sudden. So we'll go for a ballista and halberdiers. What else can we get? Marines might be useful. They're more useful than the crossbowmen, I think. Right. Linhir. That is a big army. And it has Herluin of Pineth Galen. I mean, it's not impossible. It's not a humongously powerful Gondor army. I don't know what unit he is. What is he? Pineth Galen Cavalry. Okay, yeah, so that's not the end of the world. we could make that work. It kind of depends on what sort of settlement Lin here is as to whether we can make that work. Because we've got a lot of archers. We've got the crossbows as well. Like, this guy in a siege should actually be more useful. Right, before we do anything, let's... Again, I don't know why you keep attempting this. Automatically resolve. If you say so. Okay. We do need more units in Tolfalas really as well. I don't know why Merlond is so angry. Maybe if we built them a brothel it would cheer them up a little bit. Sure, let's do that. We're currently training things. Can we retrain anything? Can we retrain a ship? Yeah, sure, why not? We'll do that. My favourite unit in Reforged Exterior is... Oof, that is quite a question. Difficult one to answer. I'd have to get back to you on that, because there is no straightforward answer to that, I don't think. A tavern, a barracks, like that's... Again, Ar-Adunaim is what we could train there, but I mean, we need units now rather than later. Perhaps what we really need is the Great Hall. We need money though, we need money so that we can keep training units constantly. Even if they're trash, just so that we've got garrisons everywhere so Harad can't screw us over. Yes, we'll get you. Could go for a spy as well, which maybe isn't the worst idea. Can we train anything in Tolfalas yet? Yes we can, good. Time to begin doing just that, so that we can keep everything settled there. Okay. Well, with that, I think considering Gondor are not actually going to attack us, well, they will attack us next turn, I think. They'll probably go for that. But we will save it here, and that will be the end of the stream, because that Gondor battle is likely to be quite the important... Well, it's going to be quite a tough battle to win. It may not be actually that important, even if we end up losing this area over here. I don't think it's the end of the world. I would rather keep Gimilthon alive, of course, but yeah, oh yeah, we should... Oh wait, hang on, before we do that. Toggle FOW, and let's have a little look around. So Harada here, there's still this territory down here, which I think is the Mumakil one. Harad though, ooh, look at this. Ankatar the Inquisitor, the Khandish stack is over here. I gotta be honest, Harad aren't actually that strong, are they? They've got this army here, which is probably the best they can muster. But they are not that powerful. I think, honestly, that will probably be our best route for expansion. If we can take this area down here, we start off with Tal al-Jaf, go up to the Haradrim capital, and clean up in the south, basically, and try and handle things that way. Because it's going to be really tough if we try to move in through this way. Mordor and Gondor are constantly trading blows with full stacks, which you love to see it. Honestly, I need Mordor actually to start making some progress, and I don't think they'll win with those stacks, not initially anyway, but we'll see. As for Dol Amroth, what do they have in store? Not that much actually, so that killing those armies did have an effect. I would really love it if Khand were to take this city over here. That would be really, really helpful of them, but not much of Dol Amroth. Obviously, Dol Amroth itself has got a bit of a stack in it. Gondor has got units roaming around quite a lot. Gondor themselves are actually probably the bigger threat than Dol Amroth at this point. Okay. It's doable. It's definitely doable. It adds spice to the campaign, though. I will say that while it is frustrating for everyone to just dogpile on us immediately in one fell swoop. It does add a bit of spice to the campaign, I would say. So you can't really complain too much about that. So this is going to be our backs to the wall moment in this campaign, I think. It may not be as severe as the Lothlorien one, but it is still... It comes with a lot of jeopardy, actually, because unlike Lothlorien, we can't rely on the strength of individual units quite so much, especially not at this moment in the campaign. Regardless, I will save it once again, just to be doubly sure. And that will be the end of the stream. So just to give an idea of what's coming up, we're going to be having... Or there's going to be a video out on Saturday, which was a battle sent to me by Sin of the Dark Cloud on the Barrow Downs. There will also be a Silmarillion siege, effectively, on Monday. And then next week, at some point, we'll have 2 streams again. As of the moment, I do intend it to still be the Wednesday and the Thursday again. It might not be, though, because now that the university term is sort of looming large, it may very well be... the streams may fall on slightly different days, but there will still be 2 streams at some point after Monday next week. Between Monday and Saturday at some stage, that will be when the streams happen. So yeah, it'll be one of those. It doesn't matter too much, and I will communicate that, of course, in the YouTube community section. But yeah, once again, the hordes of Middle-earth fall upon us, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you'll join me for whatever is next.